Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited that you joined me here again today. I'm looking forward to sharing another article with you and sharing my thoughts on the different insights that were shared in an article. In these videos, I talk about a different article, I talk about some research, I talk about any topics that someone else has written about that I want to make sure you guys are aware of. A little about this article. This article was one that was written in the New York Times, and I have to be honest, it's an old article. It was written in March last year, but I've been holding on to this article and waiting for an opportunity to talk about it, and I'm so happy that I get to talk about it now. That the title of this article is "Picture a Leader. Is she a woman?" When I heard about this article, I was very excited to hear the different things people will share about women leaders and the different insights that they might have about great women leaders. But as I read through, I started seeing a different perspective, and the perspective that this article wanted us to take. Framing this article in a few sentences. This article was based on research that was done. People were asked to draw the picture of an effective leader. They were asked to also talk about the traits that an effective leader will show. And it was very shocking to see that most people drew men. Let's let that sink. When you think about an effective leader and a great leader in your life, do you think only about men, or do you think about some great female leaders that are in your life? If you only think about men, it's time for you to go do some research and find some great female leaders. And if you think about female leaders as effective leaders, thank you very much. But going back to this article, let's cover some of the things that they found. The first thing that they found was both men and women almost always drew men as effective leaders. The first time I read this article, the first thing that I thought about, okay, if this was in a primary school, if this was in school where my 7-year-old niece was asked to draw a leader, would she draw a man or would she draw a woman because she knows that both men and women can be leaders? It made me think of the way we see role models and the way we see people that we respect. I know sometimes it just happens, or sometimes it's our culture, or sometimes it's just the environment we've been in. But what I want to do with this video today is to make it more intentional. When you think about leaders, who do you think about? Who are the role models that have played an important role in your life? Who are the role models that you look up to? I must say, if my niece draws a leader, I want to make sure that she draws a woman. And that is what I'm working towards. As part of the research, they also asked themselves, how might holding unconscious assumptions about gender affect people's abilities to recognize emerging leadership? If we think about only men as effective leaders, it will be very easy to overlook those great female leaders that are around us because we don't see them. We're looking for something that looks different, and we will not identify the great leaders around us. So it is very important to think about it. If we are surrounded by great women but we don't see them, they will never ever become the great leaders that they can be. So it is really important that we recognize leadership beyond gender. Doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, we have effective leaders across the board. As part of their research, they also found that it is harder for a woman to be noticed as a leader. I think that's something that we can change if we all start looking out for female leaders around us and start identifying those amazing female leaders, and also start being identified as female leaders, because it's not only about looking around us, it's also looking within us to see if we are those effective and amazing female leaders. Another aspect of the article that I really enjoyed reading was the fact that they spoke to an act of leadership that people recognized. Speaking up with ideas to move a team or company forward was something that people identified in an effective leader. Especially as women, I know that it is not easy for us to speak up. But think about it. If people out there are looking to identify leaders who speak up, it is really important that they see us because we speak up on our team's behalf and we speak up about ideas and topics that are important to us. . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
「
in summary, it is clear that people have stereotypes about what leaders look like. But I do think that we have an important role to play to shape the image that people think about when they think about leaders. And as I said in the beginning, I want my 7-year-old niece to be able to draw a female leader that she knows, or a female leader that she's seen somewhere that inspires her. In the spirit of taking action, the 3 things that I would like you to do are: number 1, look around you. Who are the effective leaders that are in your network? Number 2, if there are no female leaders in your network, please expand your network and go look for female leaders out there. Number 3, if you're a female leader, please start speaking up. Speak up on behalf of your team. Speak up and share all the fantastic ideas that you have. Make sure you speak up, because people do identify leaders as people who speak up. Thank you so much. And before I go, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with all the women around you. Be the female leader you want the next generation to recognize. Thank you. Bye.